Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly review of Coffee with Karan with Orange Wall TV. I'm Aisha.
I'm
I'm
Zuhair.
Sarah.
Great, guys, we got that one right. Um, high level thoughts in one sentence. What did you think of the episode?
I really liked the episode. I thought it felt nostalgic. It felt like the old Coffee with Karan was back.
And there was a crowd of
You
over
didn't
a thousand.
scream, but you hit me.
I didn't hit you. Don't say such things. It's not considered appropriate.
Abuse.
Sarah?
I had a very different opinion. I thought if this never made it out of editing, like किसी की जिंदगी को कोई फर्क ना पड़ता.
Oh my god, I really enjoyed the episode. So mean, Sarah.
It was just
Well, I mean,
pointless.
I
Like, it
really
was-
enjoyed like the kuch hota hai parts. I love that
It
film.
was all a kuch hota hai part.
No, it wasn't all a Kuch Kuch Hota Hai part. There was a big part of it was Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, but I think what it was. I mean, they were talking about, oh yeah, it's been what 25 years since Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Like that was a big segment of it. I agree, but no, I think it was just nice to see Rani and Karan back, and then see Kajol and Rani there.
God, they still don't like each other, do they?
No,
I
they
think
do now. I
They
think
do now. I could see the warmth a little bit. I did think that it was lovely to see Kajol, but to hear her is another problem altogether. Man, she was so screechy. Thinking, where did that accent come from? Was she making it up to be funny?
I just want to tell you all that I will definitely be entertaining you more.
Oh, I think that it was a play on all the other younger appearances that have been there on the coffee couch. Like she was like, I feel like she was like मजाक उड़ा रही थी ना वो like उनका कि oh my god
I think
Ben,
you're
this
giving
is
her.
Bravo.
I think you're giving her way too much credit. I think she was nihayati obnoxious as she always is. I think what was different this time was because back in season 2 was when they were last seen together on Coffee with Karan, right? With Shah Rukh. I did
Yeah.
my homework, and then
Yeah.
on Sunday I watched that episode as well. And what was obvious is it somehow always feels like Rani is trying to appease Kajol. Right? Whether we look back at the event that was held at YRF with Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, I think they had done 20 years or something at the time. जिसमें फिर तीनों थे उसमें भी Rani was very like, oh, I want to thank Kajol Didi who really looked after me.
Yeah.
And Kajol was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, it was like it always feels like Rani's like yaha, and she's always trying to get the validation of Kajol. But this episode it felt different.
Yeah.
This episode it felt like she's married into
Marketing,
power
yeah.
now. She's married herself
Yeah.
into power, and she's now owning it. Ki, haan, I don't give a shit.
And Karan didn't
I-
stop at anything to like remind us of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he made it a point, but I really enjoyed that banter between Rani and him because usually, and Rani was like that for I think the first half of the episode where she was trying to be very polite, and even like Kajol was like, I don't know what the problem was. I think it was whatever it was, it's now not there.
Family.
Nothing really like that. I think it was just an organic distance, honestly.
And she was like, oh, but we've matured. Like she was giving more explanation, trying to make sense of it, like actually talking about it. Whereas Kajol was like, "Thi yaar, kya kar sakte hain? Chalo, okay, whatever."
And I think this was also very evident with again me just having done all my research because that's how good I am. In season, I wrote it down 1 second. In season 3, when Rani came with Vidya, Rani's rapid fire round question was one question you would ask Kajol. She said, "Why don't you like me as much?"
Yeah. With Vidya, she was a different person.
Yeah.
With Vidya,
I think
she
that's
was the
that's
louder
what
one.
made it clear. That's what made it all clear. But anyway, back to this episode.
There's nothing to write home about in this episode. I was just
No, I
like,
disagree. I thought Kajol also, sorry, just talking about the bad before we move to the good. Kajol needs a new stylist. ठीक है एक तो
Oh,
she takes so much pride in कि मैंने अपने आप को बड़ा change कर दिया है मैं अब full glamorous हो गई हूँ बहन क्या इसका dress क्या हो रहा था
oh my
like there
God,
was
that
a
dress,
point where her like what is it called off shoulder
off shoulder, but
Yeah.
it was
वो
like folding
completely
over.
was underarm but
Ha,
it was like उल्टा हुआ था यहाँ हुआ
ha.
था कोई there was no structure to what she was wearing. Her hair looked like a
And
mess.
she was
Versus
hiding her
Rani,
belly with a
Even the
cushion.
makeup, yeah, and even the makeup was like washing her out. Like it was just the entire look was just not meant for her. And I was thinking like she's the one who's come up in some of the best looks. You know, remember that lime sari that she wore? I think it was the first ever Coffee with Karan episode, for
yeah,
example.
yes.
She had so much potential. When she walked out, I was just like in my head, I was like, why Kajol? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Rani looked
Rani.
so good. Rani looked so good.
And she's
Ra
been
Ra
consistently looking horrible in front of the camera, like on these red
yeah.
carpets and all. And then Ekdam se she was just like home ground.
Yeah.
Was
I
didn't she
noticed it
also?
when, I mean, recently when they did when they, Shah Rukh and Rani and Karan went to the
कुछ कुछ होता है
screenings,
25
Gujarat
years.
screenings.
Yeah.
Usme I saw ke, she's looking very different. And isme to she looked like she had reversed in age. Because again, last
Yeah.
time we saw her on screen was this no this Chatterjee movie.
Yeah.
Mein
She
Bichari,
actually
she
looked
looked terrible in
glamorous.
that.
But what a
Like
movie.
Ran, what a movie actually. I've not seen it, but Sarah has told me what a movie, so I believed it.
I've seen like the first half, and it was just so gut wrenching. I didn't want to watch.
I
It's
want to
really
watch it,
good.
but on the day when I need a good cry.
What
I
did you guys enjoy? What did you enjoy about this?
I actually like the fact that both Kajol and Rani were telling Karan to stop apologizing for Kuch Hota Hai. And really for like all the cinema that he had made before, because it was an evolution for him as well. He was also 23-year-old, and for all of us, and I thought that was a good point to make. I think Karan is, and there was a point in the episode as well where they said about like that part was very very funny where they were talking about that two-bedroom apartment in London where Adi and
Yeah.
Anil Thadani were there, and then Manish and Karan were there. And in that, at the end of it, Kajol says, "Oh, and you were buying clothes for women as well." And I think it was going into that politically incorrect space. And
Yeah.
then Karan was going to say something, and then he's like, "Acha nahi nahi," like kind of like we'll take it offline. But I thought
Hmm.
in this episode, like the highlight for me also was that Karan was very much Karan. He was not trying to be like this Gen Z power player,
Oh
producer,
my
anything. He
God.
was just being himself.
I liked the fact, and as much as Kajal was irritating, I liked the fact that she told Karan to shut up a bunch of.
No reason.
Not screamed at him for no reason. We are both waiting for you to put the phone down to start the show. That's a bit much.
Because
Yeah.
not because I want Karan to shut up, but just because no one on this season has that relationship with him to be able to tell him to shut up. Even
Yeah.
even Karina, because we said the same thing about Karina. You remember Aisha, where we said
Yeah.
that we saw Karan was very comfortable. So over here we saw that as well. But in this one, the dynamic didn't feel like Karan was above. It was hum sab
Huh.
all on the same level.
Yeah. So all on the same level, exactly. Sarah, what were your highlights?
Uh,
Also,
you
your
know how you
screen
just
is
said that
frozen.
Karan, huh?
Your screen is frozen also and has been for a while.
No, I
Oh,
was just
now it's
sitting
You're
there
fine.
fine
saying.
now. You're fine.
Oh, okay. You were actually just still. God. Okay, go on.
You know
Okay.
what you just mentioned about Karan and the joke that he was about to make about like the politically incorrect joke that he was about to make, and then you thought that in his mind he said that we could take this offline. They could have taken the whole episode offline, in my opinion.
Sarah, why are you hating this episode so much?
Oh, God.
I don't know. I was just so like. For me, it was just a lot of like from everything. There was
Did you?
nothing like constructive. There was nothing good. Like actually, not nothing good. Like nothing I didn't know before. Um,
I thought, go on.
just oh yeah, like sorry,
Hold on.
Karan's
Let
kids
me
and
let me just let me just debate this with you. You felt like there was nothing that you didn't know before.
No, I did not know that Karan's kids and Rani's kid take taekwondo classes together. I know that
I did
now.
because in Karina's episode he did say. So I did know that.
Yes, yes, and because you have done your homework.
And because I have
Um,
that. Right.
yes, and also that I don't think their kids are as close as far as legacy friendships go. Taekwondo classes are more like घंटे की होती है. And if that's your billboard for saying कि हमारी legacy friendship है, I have news for them.
Shout out to everyone I went to Taekwondo classes with in year 2.
Peace.
The only part where I thought that it was okay, I've heard enough of this was the Adi Chopra part. Like, okay, I know he's camera shy. I'm okay with it. That's it. You know, like I'm not
Yeah.
dying to see him on camera. He makes good movies. That's fine. But I think we just went on a little bit about that.
Yeah, but I think it was more suggested at the part of the fact that Rani doesn't show Adira's face, right? And I think it came from a very good space because Karan does show Yash and Ruhi's face. So I think with him asking it, it felt like it was an organic question. And then obviously
About Adi Chopra?
No, about Adira.
No, I was asking about Adi Chopra.
No, but Adira, it started on Adira and then it moved on to Adi Chopra.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it felt like a natural segue.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say, quite a few things we haven't spoken about. Okay. One thing I liked is the insight of when Kajol said that on the first day on set of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kajol said to Karan, scream at me. If you can scream at me, people will respect you.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting because I have had that experience myself. When in Pakistan, when I was directing an award show, I was very close to this one Pakistani actress, and she said to me, "Ke Zuhair, this is the first time you're doing this. You sabke samne mujhe डांटना."
How nice, huh?
And then I was having to direct people like Atif Aslam and all these people at the time. So it was a big deal. I had never dealt with such big stars before. And she did, and I did. Only difference is Karan didn't shout. I did. I made the most of it, and I used her on it. And I feel like this must be a tactic that is used quite often, but it speaks highly of the other star, and I think that spoke highly of Kajol. DDLJ के बिल्कुल बाद ही बनी है ना?
हाँ, बिल्कुल बाद में.
So they had on the sets of DDLJ clearly formed a friendship, a strong enough friendship. So I liked that when she spoke about that.
I liked finding out that Kajol actually refused 3 Idiots, which I found a bit surprising.
3 Idiots, Mora,
and Dil To Pagal Hai. Yeah, Dil To Pagal. But the thing is, like with all of these movies, I can't imagine Kajol in them. Especially like Dil To Pagal Hai, and as well in 3 Idiots. Also in 3 Idiots, she would have been a bit old. I don't want to be ageist here at all. But I thought that, what was she going to be like a college student, like Karina was? Did she reject Karina?
If Amir can be a college student, why can't Kajol?
I don't know. Because at that time, Kajol hadn't made her come back or anything. So I was a bit surprised about that. Given that,
offered Raju's mother's role.
On Rani's part.
Oh my God. Given that also she did My Name is Khan that year. So from My Name is Khan, from Mandira to 3 Idiots, her character was like, it sounded a bit far-fetched to me. She was actually...
Before, but I mean, I don't know. I think it would have worked, to be honest, because the character is something that I can imagine Kajol doing. We had seen Amir and Kajol have decent chemistry in Fana, which was her comeback film at that point.
Yeah. Dil To Pagal Hai? Would she have gotten... I don't think she would have had Madhuri's role.
Even
probably
there's big talks
role.
about Juhi Chawla saying no to it, na? Because she was the Yash Raj heroine and stuff. But I think the Tubagla, the way it is and the way it was, is the
Perfect. Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
wouldn't touch the
Maybe she
Tubagla.
could have done Akshay Kumar's role really well.
Sai, you're on a hate spree today. I love it. I love it.
I,
I love Kajol,
I can
who
tell.
also showed
you love Kajol.
her
That's what you
son's
love.
face.
That's what you love. You love Kajol in your eye. That's the only Kajol you like. There's
No,
What
I
about
truly
what about Rani not making it to Lagan? I loved Gracie Singh in Lagan.
and that was the only thing she's been in. So,
no, and Munna Bhai. She's been in these two blockbuster films.
oh yeah, oh
No,
gee,
she was also in one third movie in which she wore like that.
Deshdrohi.
But that movie did not do well at all. I think that like that movie just kind of killed her career.
Deshdrohi.
I
She was with Kamal R Khan in Deshdrohi.
No. I don't know about Deshdrohi. She was in another movie in which she was dancing in short leather skirts or shorts on a metal bridge. And I remember everybody just going to Gracie Singh. Okay, this didn't just like work with her personality.
but to be fair, she
Um,
was always a bit of an auntie. So,
I think this is the most anyone has spoken about Gracie Singh on YouTube ever. Yeah, I think we're done.
shout
I
out
think
to
ever.
that's
Gracie
it.
Singh.
Um, yeah. Okay. Did
Oh.
we did any of us do enough research to find out which director she was being shady on when she said that she didn't get the dates? Someone didn't release her dates. Figure it out.
I did. Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya? With the one with Salman Khan and Preeti Zinta, I think.
Chori Chori
No,
Chupke
that
Chupke.
was Chalte Chalte. No, that
Chori
was no,
Chori
not that
Chupke.
one. There was
Har
another
Dil Jo
one.
Pyar
Pyar
Karega.
Kiya, Har Dil Jo Pyar Karega. I think it was that one.
Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya. I
Was Kajol and
Ajay.
Salman.
No.
Ajay?
Salman. Was it?
Salman and Kajol. Just when that song is there, where she has Arbaz Khan as the brother.
Star
Oh
cast,
yes,
I'm
yes,
loving
yes,
this.
yes, 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 yes. तुम पर हम
How have I
हैं
never seen this
यारा
movie?
दिल बीमारी
That Chunri
झटके
song as well, इसमें था ना?
हो कि
Odeli
तुम
Chunariya.
हो हटके टिन 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 टिन.
That one.
Anyway,
Exactly.
okay,
They used to have a very Dodge looking CD with all the songs of Salman Khan, and it was on the cover of that. Okay, go on now. Now go on.
I think Kajol should have won the rapid fire.
I think
I
Kajol's
thought
dress
so
should have been
too.
a size bigger.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with both of you. But the way
But it's
I think she creeped the audience of the rapid fire though. Like, is that,
exactly. I feel like she
yeah,
onto them so strongly
yeah,
that
believe
they
me.
oh god. No, but I think they just made Rani win out of spite.
I mean,
Pure
Rani had
spite.
never won before. I think that yeah, maybe Kajol was also irritating the audience. Maybe that's why they were like, "Nahi karna." But no, Kajol tried to do. She tried to do Sara Ali Khan. Vote for me.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No,
didn't work
but
out,
Kajol, every time she'd
unfortunately.
give an answer, she'd look straight into the camera. So like you knew that her answers weren't coming from like they were there for her to win.
Mm, yeah, everyone's gods are there to win.
That is true.
Also,
Guys,
yeah.
closing thoughts. Closing thoughts quickly.
Closing. Oh, इतनी जल्दी closing thoughts will be आगे. I liked it. I like it. I like it. Prominence के साथ जाऊंगी. I liked the episode. I thought it was, like I said, it felt like old Coffee with Karan again. We hadn't seen Rani since season 3, so it'd been about 4 or 5 seasons since. Kajol is Kajol. We have to accept it the way she is.
No,
Yeah.
that's
I
right.
did feel like the way they put Alia into the last episode, they should have had like Shah Rukh just thoda sa wo
Hi.
bite de deta na,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it would
That
have been
even
fun.
those 5 minutes would have worked actually.
I think
Yeah.
so. Oh,
For
sorry.
sure.
Also, one thing we didn't discuss, which I really enjoyed, is the influencers who
Oh
spoke
yes.
Oh
about.
yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the recording. We lost the recording for the last few minutes of our review. Let us know what you thought of the episode in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to Orange Wall TV. This was Aisha, Zuhair, and Sarah signing off. We'll see you next week.